Welcome, my friends. We are on Lesson 17, Guide through A Course in Miracles, specifically the workbook. Lesson 17 says, I see no neutral things. If you remember Lesson 16, which was just yesterday, I hope you still remember, I have no neutral thoughts. So Lesson 16 actually explains Lesson 17. If I have no neutral thoughts, I will see no neutral things. What I see is based upon my perception, which is based upon my projections. I'm literally creating the world. If I have no neutral thoughts, that means I am making a world based upon beliefs, preferences, opinions, all of which I've formed over the course of a lifetime, many of which I've inherited, I've read about, someone told me. Nothing is neutral. I have no neutral thoughts because my thoughts are always either creating from the ego or extending from love, which is reality. Any thought that has been projected as our egoic perception, obviously, with the ego being an illusion, that means we've created an illusion as well. It might feel real, that doesn't make it real. So we see no neutral things, the world that we made. This is another idea, this is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as it really operates in the world. You see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. See? I told you so. It is always the thoughts that come first, despite the temptation to believe that it's the other way around. It's not that you see something and have a thought about it. You have a thought about something and then you see it. This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. In applying today's idea, say to yourself with eyes open, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. You don't have to believe this right yet. You will in time, if you practice. Then look about you, resting your glance on each thing you note long enough to say, I don't see a neutral pair of glasses, cup, bottle, camera, because my thoughts about any of those things are not neutral. For example, you might say, I do not see a neutral wall because my thoughts about walls are not neutral. I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. As usual, it is essential to make no distinctions between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. Regardless of what you may believe, you do not see anything that is really alive or really joyous. That is because you are unaware as yet of any thought that is really true and therefore really happy. Really true means it is a thought of love. Only loving thoughts are real. Everything else is an illusion. Only loving thoughts are real. Everything else is a plea for help. 3 or 4 specific practice periods are recommended, and no less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. However, if you do, the length of the practice period may be reduced to less than a minute or so. That is otherwise recommended. That is Lesson 17. As you can see, we went from examining the thoughts, and now we're getting very specific about those thoughts. We're going to continue in this. Our next lesson, we're going to see that thoughts are actually shared. They have to be. There's only one mind. But again, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Thanks for watching, guys.